I speak to Asia political risk analyst Ross Feingold, who's in Taipei. Ross, first of all, your reaction to this unexpected meeting, the third meeting between the two leaders?
We're probably going to see two very different narratives coming out of this meeting. President Trump is going to continue to emphasize that there has been a reduction in tensions that have made these meetings possible, including today's meeting on such short notice. And he's going to cite the lack of provocative nuclear or long-range missile tests by North Korea as a tremendous outcome that has occurred under his presidency and partly due to his policies such as the sanctions. The criticism is going to be that there's no substantive agreement. We still seem to be far away from one, even though the leaders have met yet again. But we didn't get a substantive agreement coming out of Singapore and obviously Hanoi. But the counter to that, of course, is going to be that at least talks are ongoing, and that's better than being in a period of heightened tensions.
And we're looking at live pictures now of Moon Jae-in, South Korean leader there, with Trump at the demilitarized zone. Talk to us about how we got to this third meeting, the role that Moon Jae-in and also China's Xi Jinping, who was in North Korea just recently.
Probably there's more to it from President Moon than Xi Jinping. Obviously, South Korea maintains a tremendously close relationship with the United States, including a security treaty and the large number of U.S. troops that are based in South Korea. And Moon has staked the success of his presidency, indeed his legacy, on this issue, on resolving the tensions with North Korea, possibly ending North Korea's nuclear weapons program. This is what is the main focus of his leadership, and he spends a tremendous amount of time trying to bridge the gap between North Korea and the United States and to continue this process moving forward, notwithstanding even in the last few months, we've occasionally seen some heavy criticism in the North Korea state media. We've seen the short-range missile test that occurred last month by North Korea. There's the stories that appeared within recent weeks about purges in North Korea after the Hanoi summit was unsuccessful. But once again, we see Moon trying to encourage the two sides to continue to talk. As far as China and its relationship with North Korea, Xi Jinping is probably always going to take the side of North Korea, and that's understandable. They have a long fraternal relationship as two communist countries. China fought with North Korea during the Korean War. Although China enforces the sanctions, the international sanctions, to some extent, they also look the other way with a large amount of sanctions violations. So they continue to be North Korea's friend. And they're probably not pushing North Korea to do anything that North Korea wouldn't want to do. So the key role as between South Korea and China is definitely being played by South Korea's President Moon.
Interesting. Now, what will happen after this meeting, now that the photo opportunity is over? We've heard in the last hour Trump inviting the North Korean leader, well, saying that he'd like to invite the North Korean leader Kim to the White House.
Well, one thing that's definitely going to happen after this meeting is going to be a large number of tweets from President Trump. We could be assured of that, especially as he has a long flight back to Washington, D.C. from Asia. And he's going to be saying that this meeting was very successful. And the whole weekend, the G20 summit, President Trump is going to be saying it was very successful. For example, the outcomes with China, which President Trump is going to say are good for U.S. exporters because China has made commitments to resume purchasing agricultural products. So a lot of this does play into the 2020 U.S. presidential election politics as well. So we should keep in mind that although President Trump is meeting with the G20 leaders, meeting with Kim Jong Un, meeting with President Moon of South Korea, a lot of this has to do with American presidential politics.
All right, Ross, thank you very much indeed for that excellent analysis. Ross Feingold there for us in Taipei.